Go.
Hey, we're back for another video.
Yeah.
Hello, this is the car we're working on. RX7.
Wait, Leah. All right. What kind of car is this, Leah?
RX7, like my dad's car.
Yep, just like my car.
It's a different car that's from one of his best, his fans.
That's right. So today I'm going to give everyone an update on the LS swap I'm doing in this 85 RX7.
Going outside, so that's why you hear that noise in the back.
So I've got the car up to a state where it will turn over or turn on and crank and everything, but I've discovered some major leaks at the fuel rail, and I want to show you guys why. These are aftermarket fuel rails that were purchased from like eBay or something, and they're not working, so I'm going to actually have to buy another set of fuel rails, and this is why. So here is the fuel rail. You can see the injectors are 90 degrees to the fuel rail, so basically the holes that are cut in the fuel rail are straight up and down. But I want to show you something in the intake that's different. So here's the fuel injector, and I'm going to put it into the intake and fully seat it down. It might be hard to see, but it is indeed at an angle. It's not straight up and down. So if you've got your fuel rail here that has a hole that's straight up and down, but then in the intake it's at an angle, we're never going to get these O-rings to seat correctly. And what's happening is with these O-rings, they're not seating correctly, and the fuel's just leaking past them as you build pressure, because it's like a 58 psi is the stock pressure for an LS engine. So in order to fix the fuel leak issue, I've got to order new fuel rails that have the seats cut at an angle instead of straight up and down. They do have those on Amazon, eBay, everything. So I'll get those ordered up and installed, and I'll keep you updated on that progress. So while I'm working on resolving the fuel rail issue, I've also been doing a few other things. See, I've got the wiring. I'm continuing working on that. I'm going to wait to button that up until I have the engine running, just so that I know that everything's correct. The other thing here is this is the stock throttle cable from the Suburban that this engine came out of. And I'm going to basically splice this together with the stock RX7 throttle cable, and we'll have a fully operational cable. You can see here, I just trimmed cut the bracket up. Still needs some work to be finished, but it will work like this. Doesn't contact the hood or anything. So this is the battery mounting I've done. The stock RX7 battery tray is basically where the intake is and the computer. The battery tray on this car was super rotted out, so I just took it out, threw it out, and I relocated the battery here just based on the way that everything fits. It fits nicely here. I've got a tray, plastic tray under here, bolted in, and then I made some sheet metal supports under this. So this battery will not move around at all once I've got this strap made up to hold it tight. And for anyone that is curious, this is a 51 REXT, and this is from O'Reilly's, and this battery fits really nice. It's 500 cold cranking amps, 75-minute reserve, and let's measure it so we can see what dimensions they are.
This is how you go.
Yeah.
This is how you measure the size of the battery.
All right, how long is it, Leah? Here, I'll help you. Just read the number.
2, 3, 4, 7, 6 through 10 inches.
It's like 9.5 inches
Yep.
long. It is about 8 inches tall, and it is about 5 inches wide. Let me get a better measurement. Yeah, 4 3/4 inches wide. So this battery is pretty compact for what it does. So this might be a good idea for your swap as well. And then I've got this simple strap that's going to hold it down. And I bought some of these that will be for the hold down. Trim them up, make it all nice. And this is just like a plastic tray I trimmed.
Battery. How big it is. widen the sides of this. Top of it. Need some of that. Give you a minute for that. Let's pause the video.
I'm taking the battery out here. You can see it. Here, Leah, can you pick it up?
It's heavy.
It's too heavy. Don't pick it up. All right, and then here's the battery tray. You can see I've trimmed it a decent amount, but it does fit the battery. And then these are the supports I made that bolt in to help hold the weight of it. And then I'll bolt them in, drill some holes. It definitely was a challenge to find a battery that was small enough, but also provided the right cold cranking amps. And that was what I ended up settling on. The Group 26s were a little too long to fit in that space, as I'll show you here. So you can see here, we only had so much width to fit the battery in. And also the battery, with the battery in, like the hood does close with no issues. I'm not going to arc the positive terminal to like the hood or something. Alright, so I've got these little tie down pieces in. I just drilled a hole here to hold this, hold nice and securely. And I'm going to put the battery in to check how it fits. Alright, we got the battery in. Looks like this will be perfect. All I'm going to do is get this strap. Basically, it'll hold on like that on one side, and then there'll be a hole on this side. It's going to take a measurement and drill the hole. Alright, so I made the measurement 5 5/8, and I'll go ahead and drill the hole. Alright, we got the hole drilled and countersunk. Now it's time to put it on the car. Alright, I got the holes drilled in the brackets. All I've got to do now is drill the hole in the sheet metal, and I'll be ready to mount the battery back. So I've got the battery tray all bolted in nice and tight. Let's go ahead and put the battery in, and I'll show you it all done. All right, we got the battery all mounted up now. Got these nice little plastic washers. All I've got to do now is trim the threaded rods here. I'm going to leave a little bit so it's easier to tighten it down, and we'll be all set. Just going to put the terminals on. There we go. So this needs obviously a little bit of adjusting, but we're all set. All right, go.
Bye. Hope you had fun watching.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please let me know what you think of this video, and we'll have more progress on the LS RX7 very soon.